Hello everyone, welcome back to Lifelight Wisdom. I hope you guys are doing well. This message for you here right now is meant to find you before you go to sleep. And before I hit on the record button, I rolled my dice, and what showed up was the third house. Well, first the seventh house with love, relationships, union, and then mind. The third house is mind, messages, and siblings. And then for the planets, what showed up was Saturn, responsibility and discipline, and the South Node, which means your past, where you've come from, and what is guiding you in your decisions and in what you're doing at this current time. Right off the bat, before I even shuffle this particular deck, I was feeling that right at this current moment, you are worried about something before you go to sleep. You're worried about some responsibility, and maybe you're being a little bit too hard on yourself, and maybe a little bit harsh on yourself with how you call discipline. But Spirit is saying here, be kind to yourself, be soft to yourself. Softness is strength. Being soft does not mean being weak. Let's get into the messages here for you, and we'll see what the cards have for us. Now, this is the Ethereal Bloom Tarot. Right off the bat, on the top of the deck, there it is. Whenever you find this, there's going to be a new beginning for you when it comes to whether it's your work, whether it's with love. There's going to be an offer for you when it comes to love, some new ideas, a new form of communication, a renewal of communication. I think that is going to show up for you a lot. Let's see what else. You have 9 of Cups. I think you're worried a little bit about the fulfillment of something that you've ardently wished for in the recent time. And I'm here to tell you, before anything else, please lay your worries to rest, because everything is going to be fine. That's just the message that's coming in for me. Alright, so King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I reversed some of it, but we'll work with what we got. Ace of Pentacles. If it hasn't already been apparent, as I've said, there's a lot of beginnings, whether in love, whether with your new ideas with work, whether with your financial stability. There is some sort of new beginning that's coming in for you when you wake up tomorrow. And why did this come about is because, first of all, I think you've worked a lot on your emotions. I think this past few days, whenever you find this, you have been worrying a lot about certain things. As I've said, you were worrying about some of your responsibilities, worrying about what it is that you're supposed to do, and then acting upon that fear of falling short of the expectation of what it is that you are trying to do. But I'm here to tell you, as you go to sleep right now, that you have worked so hard on your nervous system, on your emotions, in order to be able to be at a stable level. What I mean by stable level is, with the King of Cups, you have harnessed your emotions and used that to your advantage. Whatever it is that you have been trying to manifest, that you were wishing to have, see, you also have the Queen of Cups. So I'm gonna pull that as well, because what is coming here is, like, if you were indecisive about something, that has already come to an end. Why? Because you are more curious about your adventure. I think this new beginning, this new adventure that's gonna come in, this new event that promises stability for you, I think you've treated it with some sort of curiosity. Instead of being two minds about it, and as I've said, like the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups showed up, and then what finally came out is the Ace of Pentacles. The cups, like with the water, it's a little bit about the flow, right? With the swords, it's a little bit about the air. It's a little bit of being up in the air, being uncertain. But what fell down finally is that stability, that certainty, and that sureness that whatever it is that you are deciding upon right now, you have decided upon that from a very informed point of view. What I mean by informed point of view was that you were very informed emotionally. It's not just about logic, intelligence speaking. It is also about your emotional logic. And what that says to me is you have worked so hard on yourself. You have made the changes within yourself. And so now those changes that you have done within yourself is reflecting on the outer world. And you will see some changes. And I think you will see the fruit of it in the 3D, if that makes sense. I think a lot of it has been worry about things coming into fruition, about things coming into the 3D, because you have worked so hard maybe in the quantum sense of things, or like with thoughts, like the things that are intangible. And of course it's a little bit of that liminal space, but I'm sensing here that that liminal space is over. Come tomorrow when you wake up, a new adventure is going to start for you. And the advice for you here is to just approach it with that sense of curiosity. And the thing is, you will approach it with a sense of curiosity, because you have the Page of Cups here. This is a lot of cups, and this is a lot of emotions. If you are in your feels right now, before you go to sleep, rest easy knowing that you are safe. Because you see here with the Five of Wands, normally this is conflict. And this means also like inner conflict. If there is some conflict that you're worried about facing come tomorrow when you wake up, or once you wake up, I think the sense here and the feeling here is what's being communicated to me is that the way is already being lit up. In this particular deck, it's not like a conflict. Normally it would be like people fighting with their wands, but here what I'm seeing here is like fairies putting their matches together in order to light up a spark. And so what that says to me is, with teamwork and cooperation and a little bit of compromise, you are able to solve whatever it is that you are worrying about. Let's see. And 10 of Wands. Rest assured that whatever it is that has been blocking you and has been burdening you, and whatever has felt like very slow, it has now come to an end. With like the 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, it is a completion. It is a completion. And I know and I understand that the road to get here was not very easy. It asked a lot of you emotionally. So it's a lot of emotional labor on your part to be able to have this new beginning come about. And a lot of it is like, maybe you've been heartbroken as well when it comes to love as well. Maybe you've been broken. If it's not about love, if it's about your career or your finances, it is something that you may have been so heartbroken about for the longest time, and it doesn't speak to me like it was a short period of suffering. It was a very long period of suffering, actually, and it has been so slow to change. And you felt like, and actually like what I'm hearing is, will it ever change? The thought that kept going through your mind was, will it ever change? But through all of those times, it has actually made you very resilient. That is a 9 of Wands. That is the resilience part of it. 9 of Wands is showing resilience. In this particular deck, you can see here, it's like the wands are opening up. And I do feel here like you are blooming and blossoming. And here you have the Queen of Pentacles. you will see a lot of changes in the 3D and the Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers is in reverse, but I don't read reversals, and I think I just made a mistake twisting the cards. But Divine Union is here. I've been channeling this for quite a while with the Lovers, and I think it's a little, it does not come by accident that it came in reverse. For the longest time, that divine union, and I guess this is also with yourself, because before you can meet someone who is outside of you, you need to be whole onto yourself as well. That is the thing, that the message that Spirit is channeling through me. And with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is finally now going to turn. As I've said, it has been very, very slow. And it has felt like, oh, when will this get starting? When will this... It's like a lot of that song of, when will my life begin? But then I'm hearing Bruno Mars's song. I don't know if you guys know this song by Bruno Mars, and I don't think it was a very famous song of his. It's Today My Life Begins. And what he says there is, I will break these chains that bind me. Happiness will find me. Loneliness is behind me. Today my life begins. I heard that song when I was in high school, and when I was was way deep into the trenches of depression. And so what I'm hearing here is, you are now coming out of a long period of what felt like stagnancy, what felt like sleepiness, what felt like unwakefulness, really, where things wasn't working your way. But now the universe, because you've had the courage to work on yourself and to treat everything as an adventure, and I don't know the next step for now, but I will take one step at a time. That is the mindset that I'm feeling here from the collective. I will just take one step at a time, and then I will go from there. And you know what that opens up? That opens up the path for that's you practicing your intuition, and that opens up a lot of gates for you. But it's been felt like slow. It like with eclipse energy as well. You did need to take a step back. And I'm hearing here, like, yes, you've been so heartbroken about a lot of things. You had to grieve a lot of things here. But that is over with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. That has already been enshrined and memorial in your your codex of experience. And that was actually just preparing you to bloom and set as a foundation for you it was a foundation for you for this new beginning, because it had to prepare you for the bigger things to come. It had to prepare you to build the foundation and to learn how to compromise where you do need to compromise. You see, it's a lot of... And then with the full energy here, and again with the 5 of Wands, this says to me that now at this current moment, you are no longer in isolation. You are no longer alone. If you have felt alone in a certain battle for the longest time, you are no longer alone. Maybe there's no one with you physically right at this current moment, but Spirit is letting me know, is wanting me to let you know that they have your back, that they are lighting the way for you, and that they are working with you, and they are co-creating with you in order for your manifestations to come true. You are going to be building a new tower, and as I've said, like, you have this path. See, it's a different tower here. It has all these fruits, right? And there's a path towards enlightenment, because as I'm telling you, your spirit guides, the people who, like, it showed you, this experience showed you the people that you can count on, where you can plant your seeds. And what I mean by where you can plant your seeds is the right minds to tell your visions to, because not everyone could hold the magnitude of your dreams. And now you're understanding who the right people are, who the right vibrations are, who are the right frequencies. It has been a long test, my dear. Whoever is listening to this, it has been a long test. And I can feel that and I can empathize with that. But what I'm hearing here is the test is over. You will see the fruits of your labor pretty soon. Let's see like an affirmation card for you. Let's see. Oh, that's a very powerful reading. Let's see. All right. Actually, before that, let me pull up the Wounds to Wisdom card. Those are the sign people before they go to sleep. Thank you. Thank you. You are still becoming. It's so funny because I was just doing the I will not climb the ladder experiment before I went to sleep the other night. But the thing was, there was no way that I was going to see a ladder or I know there was a ladder outside my house and I could use it. So I changed it to a red balloon. And what this test does is, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. It was a test it was from Neville Goddard that says before you go to sleep, that is when your manifestations are at its strongest, because you are in that liminal space. You are in the in-between. That is when the barriers to your subconscious is at its thinnest. And when you tell something to yourself right before you go to sleep, the subconscious has a way of making sure that comes true and that manifests in the 3D. So I invite you to do the I am not climbing a ladder experiment in order for you, if you haven't done this before, this will clear the proof trap. I had this challenge with myself of trying to manifest, and that was a little bit of the blockage that I've had for me for the past years, really, wherein like I know that I can manifest, and I've seen it time and again that I've manifested a lot of the things that I wanted. However, there is still that, when it comes to this long period of time where I had to kind of really self-reflect, doubts do creep back in that sense. And I had to quiet the mind and give tangible proof to the mind that whatever you do actually plant before you go to sleep in your subconscious, it does bear fruit in just like a few days. And I kid you not, but I did this test with a red balloon. I wasn't planning to go outside the house, and so I was just reading a manhwa, and lo and behold, I saw a character holding, and I was like imagining as well, like it was a boy who was holding a red balloon, and exactly in that manhwa, it was a boy holding a balloon, and it was super unlikely that I was going to see a red balloon. I knew that it was going to show up in some form, like on digital media, but I was expecting it to be on my laptop, but I did not go on my laptop yesterday, so it only showed up in the only channel that it knew how. But as I've said, I do invite you to do this particular experiment and try to see. All right. Let's see, your Wounds to Wisdom. And as I've said, you are still becoming. Be kind to yourself. This ties in with what we started with. Be kind to yourself, because there are things that maybe you don't know yet, and once you try to grip something too hard, and that's when it actually tries to escape. Detach with love. Whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, try to detach with love. It is going to manifest. Once you decided that it's already done, it is already done. And as I've said, let go of what hurts, and you're allowed to say no. Adversity brings clarity, and trust yourself again, and embrace who you're becoming. Right at this current moment, this was meant to find you before you went to sleep, because before you go to sleep, that is a portal into the subconscious. See, portal, a brighter future awaits. You're stepping out into a portal of awakening. I know it's counterintuitive to say this before you go to sleep, but you are going to awaken. You have been in a long period of what felt like slumber. It's maybe not be literal slumber, but it's been like life has been slow, life has been stagnant, life felt like it was a fever dream, really. But now you're learning to trust in yourself more. You're learning to trust in who you're becoming and who you're still becoming. And you're detaching from the outcomes that may have been something that you were too attached to, and in that attachment, it hurt you. At every rejection that you've faced, I hear here that it was meant to bring you clarity about what it is that you truly wanted, first of all, about where it is that you truly wanted to go, about the path you needed to take. Your rejection is the universe's protection. Rejection is God's protection. Whatever you believe in, it is a protection for you if you were rejected. And if you felt like you failed at something, what I'm hearing here is it was a signpost for you in order to divert you into a different direction. Because at the end of the day, your peace matters. Your happiness matters. You are more than the pain that other people may have inflicted on you. And as I've said, the storms made you resilient. And the thing is, the storms is what made you bloom. It was what watered your garden in order to make you bloom. And by choosing yourself today, that is when freedom and ease comes. And again, it keeps showing up, the sun will shine again. And indeed, once you wake up, rest easy, knowing that the sun will shine again. Let's close this out with an affirmation. Let's see. Inhale, exhale. Let's do it. Inhale, exhale. Be at peace. Make space for the things that are coming. Know that you are supported. It will come when you least expect it. And even though it's like little tiny steps, even though when you wake up, it's a little progress, do celebrate that, because once you do, it's when an avalanche of good fortune comes in. And there is from my abundance deck that found its way in this particular deck. You are a money magnet, and money flows freely to me. Money is energy, and good energy is coming in to you. Why? Because you have regulated your nervous system completely, and so strongly that you are now magnetizing. You are coherent mind, body, and soul. And that is why a lot of good things are coming in for you. A lot of the balance is coming in for you. All right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just listen to the nudges of your intuition and get out of your own way. Stop blocking your own abundance and rest. All right? I'll close this reading with that. I hope you have a good rest, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.